Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. First I would like to remind you that most of you who are watching are not subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate it, so please do take a second to hit that subscribe button. Picking up where we left off yesterday, September 8th, we are going to continue spoiler season, starting to wind down a little bit. We still got some mythics left, we got some rares left, so do stay tuned, the week is not over yet. Teferi who slows the sunset. This is from yesterday. On its +1, choose up to one target artifact, up to one target creature, and up to one target land. Untap the chosen permanents you control. Tap the chosen permanents you don't control. You gain 2 life. -2 is look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. His alt is -7, you get an emblem with untap all permanents you control during each opponent's untap step, and you draw a card during each opponent's draw step. He's Teferi. He's a Teferi planeswalker. Not really much else to say. Get like a million of him every year. We have Slaughter Specialist, a 2-mana black vampire warrior. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent creates a 1/1 white human creature token, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you put a +1/+1 counter on Slaughter Specialist. I think that's pretty cool. There are a lot of strategies that really focus on killing your opponent's creatures, and giving them creatures to kill is sometimes beneficial. And then we have this instant 3-mana black, Butcher the Lineage. Choose one. You have 2 different modes here. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn, or creature tokens get -2/-2 until end of turn. So you have some versatile removal for standard, I would imagine. And then we have this legendary creature. We have Denick, Pius Apprentice. So 2 mana, white-blue, human soldier. With lifelink, and cards in graveyards can't be the targets of spells or abilities. And Denick has a disturb cost of 4 mana. So you may cast Denick from your graveyard transformed for its disturb cost. And then you get Denick Pius Apparition, a flying spirit soldier. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into graveyards from anywhere, investigate, and that ability only triggers once each turn. And it's the same condition as the other spirits that you bring back with disturb. If they would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, you exile them instead. But if this is a commander option, that's not going to be the case, because you can just have your commander go back to the command zone. That being said, I don't really think Denick is going to make a strong commander option, especially the front-faced part. You do look for some kind of engine to benefit from. And then for the 9th, today we have Sneak into the Festival. This is a 6-mana green sorcery. You look at the top 5 cards of your library, you put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. You put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, and a flashback cost of 10 mana. This is already compared to Collected Company, which is a really powerful card in Standard and in Modern, but this allows you to hit bigger creatures and permanents too. So while it is 6 mana sorcery speed, it has the potential to get a lot of powerful stuff in your deck if you're playing Standard too. Maybe for Commander, but I don't know. And then we get Florian, Valderran Scion, a 3-mana black and red legendary vampire noble with first strike. And at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the total amount of life your opponents lost this turn. Exile one of those cards and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may play the exiled card this turn. I like that. It's not really super creative, but it's going to fit well into something like Prosper Tomebound, which seems to be the flavor of this set. Synergizing with Prosper, you get a ton of good stuff here that allows you to cast from exile. As far as being a commander itself, I think what we're all looking for here is a good vampire synergy. Then we get Angel Fire Ignition, a 3-mana red-white sorcery. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. It gains Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, Indestructible, and Haste until end of turn, and a flashback cost of 4 mana. We have Memory Deluge, a 4-mana blue instant. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast the spell. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, with the flashback cost is 7 mana. So first time around casting this, it's going to be 4 cards. Second time around, if you flash it back, it's going to be 7 cards that you get to look at. And then we get this card, which might be my favorite card of the whole set that I've seen so far, the Meat Hook Massacre. Meat hooks! X and 2 black for this legendary enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, each creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, and whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain a life. So this is already going to be, in my opinion, a mono black staple. Usually -X/-X or any kind of sacrifice removal stands out. You combine that with a way to gain life and force your opponents to lose life, it's even better, and it sticks around too as an enchantment, so you constantly get to benefit off of that life loss and that life gain. Brilliant card, awesome mythic. Burn Down the House is a 5-mana red sorcery with 2 modes here. You choose one. Burn Down the House deals 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker, or you create 3 1/1 red devil creature tokens with, when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. They gain haste until end of turn. Decent versatility. I don't really know if it's going to see play though. And then we have Sunstreak Phoenix. If it is a Magic the Gathering set, as a rule it must include at least 1 Mythic Phoenix. It's a 4-mana flying phoenix. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as Sunstreak Phoenix enters the battlefield. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, you get to pay 2 mana. If you do, you return it from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That's literally every phoenix that's ever been printed in Magic the Gathering, something having to do with coming back from the graveyard. These are great in limited, they're great in standard sometimes. And then we get this really cool card here, Smoldering Egg, a 2-mana dragon egg with Defender. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you put a number of ember counters on Smoldering Egg equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Then if it has 7 or more ember counters on it, you remove them and transform this egg. And then you get Ashmouth Dragon. As flying, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Ashmouth Dragon deals 2 damage to any target. So that is pretty powerful. This is something I can totally see in a lot of different formats. And then we have Hallowed Respite, 2-mana white-blue sorcery. Exile target non-legendary creature, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it entered under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it, otherwise tap it. So this could be a very good defensive card, also a great card for Blink, and it has a flashback of 3 mana, so it's versatile, and you get a second use out of it at least. So anyway, that's going to do it for September 9th. It looks like we're almost done spoilers, probably by tomorrow. And then soon I will have for you a top 10 for Innistrad Midnight Hunt, as well as a review of the Commander products, Commander Precon upgrades, all kinds of stuff, so stay tuned for that. Commander Void here signing off. I will see you next time.